Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So this is a video about my school excursion 2025. We are going to Nandan Park and I had a great experience about that. I love Nandan Park so much. I will tell you all the cool rides and stuff that we went on. So we are in a AC bus. Last year they rented Rida buses, and since I'm the type of kid who vomits on hygiene buses, on this bus I did not vomit. I feel great. I had a conversation with my father. I was looking outside the window. It was all that fun. Now the driver was driving the bus, and there is something I want to show you later. In my madrasa, the Hibs students are addicted to one thing, and that is, I'll tell you later. Okay, so they're addicted to nasheeds. Yeah. Sometimes I call them the nasheed gang. Yeah. They're so addicted to nasheeds that they also sang nasheeds in the bus. And here's me getting my ID card, finally. It was finally done and prepared. Now we went through house building and saw many cool things. The scenery was great. It was a nice trip. Sometimes I felt car sick, but I did not vomit. It was a great experience for me. And look, there are billboards or buildings everywhere. Like nice buildings everywhere. This is the type of scenery I admire. And this highway is the best. Because it was cool. I think it had palm trees under it. So we went on and went on. Then finally, here's a video of me telling that I got my ID card finally. Yeah, the second video. I know, I'm not trying to disturb you. Actually, I thought if we took this video a second time, then we will do it. And here's the Hibs boys singing nasheeds. Yeah, I know one of them, and that's why they're addicted to nasheeds. Before the school trip, they were practicing the nasheeds. Yeah, in my madrasa, who sings nasheeds? Like students sing nasheeds, and a group is made to sing nasheeds. That is called the Shishu Shilpi. Everyone calls it the Shishu Shilpi, and I think it's the nasheed gang. Yeah, and we finally arrived in Nandan Park, and here's a video of me going near of that, the water spiky thingy. The rides hadn't even opened yet. The rides were closed, and we were sitting in the fair. Yeah, we were sitting. We had a nice experience. We also ate some butter bun. Yeah, butter bun is my favorite. So all they were showing is that about the trip. And here's a clip of me walking with my teacher, liking my English teacher. Yeah, we went on 2 rides. It was so great. The Hibs boys also joined, and it was a really great experience. I brought my Cody, so I look really cool. Yeah. Some of my friends didn't go to the school excursion, and only, I'm counting. Yeah, I think 6 people only went. So we saw some deers, rabbits, and so many things in Nandan Park. If you went to Nandan Park already before me, you'll already know that there is deers and rabbits. This is the first time visiting Nandan Park. The first thing we checked out was the crazy mirror. And then we went on paddle boats. It was hard to paddle, yeah. First my dad and my English teacher was paddling. Then they stopped paddling. And then a boy named Jawad brother was paddling. But he was paddling so fast that my foot falls off the pedals. Yeah, so he was the only one who he's the only driver of the boat. In the paddle boat, it requires 2 passengers to drive it. But Jawad brother only drives with one person. Yeah, I mean, the paddle boat also works with one person. In our ticket, we had the cable car, but we couldn't get on the cable car. And yeah, I told you my English teacher was paddling, and I'm not joking. But my dad's luxurious bag was there. I was thinking that it will fall in the water, but luckily he didn't bring his laptop. So it was kind of, we were kind of safe. So we went on, and look, we kept on paddling for 20 minutes. Sorry, not 20 minutes, 10 minutes. And we had so much fun that we started making videos. And here is Jawad brother. Yeah, the kid wearing glasses. He's an expert at this kind of thing. And yeah, there is other boats and a statue just lying around with his feet on his feet. Yeah, it was kind of funny. The Hibbs boys just they sat on the statue's shoulders. And it was kind of funny. They sat on the statue's shoulders. Me and my dad laughed and laughed. Finally, also the water was cold. My teacher told me that the water is cold. I thought the water is not cold, and then I touched the water, and the water was cold, like 20 degrees Celsius. Then we took some videos about people going on the cable car. The queue for the cable car is so long. Yeah, really long. And in the paddle boat, it requires 4 passengers. So we couldn't get 6 passengers. Luckily, we had 4 passengers on a boat. And that was so fun. Yeah, I started making videos. And I just started talking. And we had so much fun. Yeah. Recently, I cut my hair, so my hair is looking short now. So we had so much fun. I can't even say anything because this video is so long. Okay. Then we had so much fun that we saw Hib students behind us. We also crashed in someone's boat. Well, luckily this brother was just splashing me. And then my English teacher said, no, don't splash. Then they stopped splashing. Kind of evil. And then Jawad brother got a turn to paddle. I was trying to paddle, but he was paddling so fast that my feet fell off. Luckily, the next ride we went on was the moon rake. The moon rake is this roller coaster thing that is so scary. Even more scarier than monsters, yeah. but the queue was really long. So we held the queue, and look, it took us 40 minutes to arrive. I forgot who was making the video. Okay, so that kid was making. Then I was just tired because of waiting at the queue. And yes, we saw bushes, and we also saw some kids from the main campus. Yeah, we have 7 branches, so there are so many campuses. And here is a clip of us going through the roller coaster. We were shouted. This was so scary that my heart also beat. We were shouting just to get the headache out of our head. When we got on the tunnel, we kept shouting like this. Oh! Yeah, I also joined the crowd. I thought they were just shouting for fun. Then my dad told me no. They were just trying to get rid of the headache. And yes, now my dad told me that it will be more scary because it's going down. And I felt sorry for the people who were in the back. It was feeling like someone just got under the roller coaster and started pulling us for no reason. Yeah, it was so scary. Luckily, it was great we sat on the back. If we sat on the front, that would be too dangerous. And yes, this is the caterpillar ride. This didn't make me any headache, but my dad got sick. Yeah, he's the type of guy who gets sick at these rides. Yeah, I'm the type of guy who can survive these rides. Yes, it kept on. We only went on 5 rides. Yeah, we had 12 rides on our ticket, but they were just kiddo things. Some of them were kiddo things, and some of them were losing your kid things. Like the zipline thingy, when you stop there, you can't even find your own child. So I was thinking today that, wherever my papa is going, I will follow him. I will look up and see him where he's going. Yeah, some of us do that. And yes, we stopped. The caterpillar ride was very bad for my father. Yeah. The caterpillar ride was, the caterpillar queue was very short. And this is the disco land where it shoots music and mist. And I also got wet, like really wet. Some of my teachers joined as well. They also got wet. Yeah, we got so wet. We kept on going wet because the mist made my goatee wet. And yes, I was supposed to give a speech in front of the stage, so we were doing rehearsals. We started doing rehearsals. Those rehearsals were for my nervous issues. So like sometimes when I perform in front of a crowd, there are 2 things I'm afraid of. One, they listen to it and I feel embarrassed sometimes. And 2, I'm always feeling nervous when I'm performing. And yes, we kept on performing until it was so great. And here's another clip of my dad doing the air cycle. The air cycle is this thing that you should ride a bicycle on the, on the cable. I forget my words sometimes. Whenever you just ride it on the cable, look, now my dad is going behind. My English teacher got on this ride and he was scared at first, But then he said it was just nothing. My dad said it was just nothing. It's just a boring ride. Yeah, I told him that I wanted to try someday, and he didn't say nothing. Luckily, I was giving a speech. The rehearsals made me feel better, and I didn't even feel nervous. I felt so good. Yeah. I was giving a speech in front of 2,000 to 500 people. Yeah, a very big crowd. And my teacher is just asking some questions. And this speech was very long. I had to say many words to finish this speech. This speech was too long for me. Sometimes I felt nervous, and then I didn't feel nervous. The rehearsals made me get rid of the nervous issues. And yes, I didn't even feel nervous. Luckily, I kept on talking with the crowd, and they didn't even answer. So I'm just kind of sad for that. And then I started shouting slogans, but they still did not even answer. Only my teacher answered. Luckily, I want to say some things that I will get a prize after my speech. I will save it for later. Okay, so I kept on performing in front of the crowd. It was very good. I thought that I was gonna get famous, alhamdulillah. They even posted on YouTube. I'm a YouTuber myself. They also posted on YouTube. The title is... I'll tell later. Okay. So, now I kept on performing, and everyone was making videos of this. No one could even see because of the cameras. Yeah. And then I kept on performing for like 6 minutes. 6 minutes is very long for me. 6 minutes for me feels like 2 hours. And I kept on talking. Finally, my performance will end very, very later. I kept on talking and performing, and my teacher was just answering. Yeah, the crowd didn't even answer. They only answered my Assalamu alaikum, which we said at the beginning of the speech. And yes, they answered that and nothing else. I said slogans like Tumi ke, ami ke, Rajakar, and then Amar bhai mullo keno, jawab chai. I was shouting slogans like that. The exact same slogans. At the end of my speech, I was shouting, Abu Said Mugdho, Shesh hobe na juddho. My teacher didn't tell me that there are some other slogans. My friends taught me another slogan. I think some of you know this. Delhi na Dhaka. Some of you know this. I recently learned it from my friends because they are just, they're the type of guys who are anti-Sheikh Hasina. Yeah, they're the type of guys who want to do missiles every day. In Bangla we say, misil kore tara. Well, they will also want to do missiles at the end of class. Yes. Luckily, nothing happens in tiffin time, but they only do missiles at the end of the last period. Today, my friends were shouting some slogans in math period. They are shouting so many slogans that I mentioned earlier, like Delhi na Dhaka. And yes, my speech finally ended. And and my teacher is talking about that my full name is Ayman Iddogan Hassan al-Banna. he's saying that I have 3 leaders' names. Yeah. Then he said to pray, everyone to pray for me. Yes, it was a great experience for me. After my speech, I got 1000 BDT from the chairman, and it was the greatest experience of my life. I'm still saving that up. Yeah, I'm just saving that up. My brother is a huge fan of books, so he wants to read books. And yes, I also performed on the nasheed. Everyone performed first singing nasheeds. I also went there. I also performed there. I was behind the teachers, so my dad couldn't see me. Everyone will zoom in and think, where is Erdogan? You didn't perform. You lied to us. Well, actually, I was behind of the teacher. Yeah. So that's why no one could see me. And then we kept on singing nasheeds until we sang nasheeds for 5 minutes. 5 minutes is also long to me. Yeah. We kept on singing and singing until it actually ended. I don't know some of the nasheeds, but then I just kept up with the people. Even though I didn't know what they were saying, I just kept up with the people. That's what you gotta do if you can't do it. Okay, so we kept on singing. We also sang my madrasa's theme song. I didn't memorize it, but if you wanna ask me, I'll tell you. Okay, we kept on singing and singing. I felt kind of bored at first. Then I was really sharp at that time. When I sang nasheeds, it just made me feel better. I felt better. My feelings were so great because I got 1000 BDT from the chairman. And yes, that was the greatest experience of my life, as I mentioned earlier. Luckily, some minutes later, we stopped singing nasheeds. Everyone here is just turning on their phone flashlights. My dad did not even do it. He was just filming videos. Everyone was waving their hands and the audience was waving the flashlights. I will ask my dad later that why did he not even wave the flashlight on his phone. Luckily, we kept on singing and singing. We kept singing for 5 minutes, as I mentioned earlier. The singing made me feel better. Yeah, it was the greatest day of my life. I will always remember this day, 16 February 2025. So, if you want to know where I study, I will tell you in the comments below. Or if you wanna really know this, you can just email me. Yeah. Okay. Then we kept on singing and singing. We kept on singing, which made me feel bored again. Then I felt more sharp again and I started singing. And I was catching up with the other kids. As I mentioned earlier, the Hibs boys, I call the Hibs boys Nasheed gangs. And well, I call them the Nasheed gang because they all memorize all the nasheeds, and the one main thing they do is practice nasheeds with their teacher. That's all they do. They also read the Quran, but the only thing they focus on is nasheeds. They're the pro at nasheeds in my madrasa. Then we kept on singing and singing. It was a great experience for me. Then we also kept singing because it was very long. We had to keep singing for very long. It was a great experience for me. Everyone was waving their flashlights. It was a great experience. It was like there are flies everywhere. You know, there are some flies that can make light. Yeah, those things. It felt like that there was a big crowd waving their flashlights for no reason. And we kept on singing and singing. It was a great experience. As I mentioned earlier, the experience for me was great at Nandan Park. I totally like Nandan Park so much. I want to go there once again. Yes, I love Nandan Park so much that I want to go there again. I think it was raining, but it's not raining because of the camera quality. It looks like it was raining, and it was not raining. Well, we kept on singing and singing. Even the other kids joined from the other branches. Like, you know, I mentioned the Shilpi so many minutes earlier. Yeah, they also joined. The teachers also joined. So many teachers also joined. There were so many people on the stage. It was so great that I want to visit Nandan Park once again. Do you want to visit Nandan Park once again? Okay, so I want to end my video with Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.